Alright, today we got 2 trailers to do. I gotta look at this boat trailer right here. She's already hooked up to it. She said she's having like the brakes slightly rubbing on her. I think it might need to be bled. I'm just gonna take a look at it today. Alright, she's saying it's grinding. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. We got good fluid, it's a little low. I'm gonna assume it needs to be flushed because maybe the caliper is not fully coming back. It's collapsing but not coming out, and then it just sounds like it's grinding. Unless they put the brake pad on wrong. Oh, it's a DB42, and I can't see if the pad is correct. It looks like it is. The pad is correct. Where's the bleeder? Bleeder's here. I'm going to say bleed the brakes. I'm gonna lift it up, spin the tire, see what's going on. Let's see if I can get this up off the ground. We're hooked to the truck. Oh, probably use a block because I can't get under that axle. Back to the truck. All right, so she had it done a year ago, and I was just reading about what they did. They replaced hub and rotors. They replaced brake pads. I don't think they replaced calipers. Up trailer, they replaced hub, bearing assemblies, replaced pads, hardware. Doesn't, like, nothing that they did looks wrong, so I think it could just be like over time there's some air that get introduced into the lines. That's my assumption, which happens on boat trailers because boat trailers are finicky bastards. Oh, yeah, this thing's still braking. This one's not. This one's rubbing pretty bad. That's just grabbing. Wonder if I lapse the brake away and see if the brakes will grab and if they release. Got my tool. You only need a screwdriver for this. And then you go right here for the A60 breakaway assembly. And then you push the plunger back. In this case, it doesn't want to lock in. Okay, so let's see. You got good pressure on the lines. Wonder if this will release the brake. Let's see if it does. It's not holding in spot, so I can't see if the brakes are locking up. They're working. That thing just, I guess they're both the same. Rotating fine. We got good fluid. See if we lost any fluid in that little ordeal. Oh, we did a little bit. Bleed brakes real fast. I can do that. Might just be a pain in the butt to get to the bleeder valves though. What to do? I think I bleed her brakes real fast. I think that's what we do. I'm gonna take her driver's side off first because that's the furthest end point for the hydraulic lines. DB42's clip is in. We got good brake life on everything. Yes. Hub and rotor feels great. Spinning pretty darn good. Oh, come on, give me back my lug nut.
Anything exciting?
Nothing huge. I'm gonna flush your lines and bleed your brakes real fast and see if that fixes it.
I probably won't know unless I go somewhere.
Yeah, they do. They're just grabbing pretty hard, which I think it's just air in the lines. So I'm gonna bleed them. All right, I got passenger side. Bleeder is cracked, so I'm gonna pump fluid into that thing. Got some nasty fluid coming up out of that. Let's flush these lines. Everything's going down pretty well. I'm gonna go grab my other catch bottle too. Good, no air in the lines. Everything looks good. It's the oil's nasty, or the brake fluid's nasty. Grab another bleeder bottle. Second bleeder is on. Bleeder valve is open. Pump. Fluid's going down. Let's see what the catch bottle looks like. Good, not a lot of fluid yet, but it's not showing air in the lines. Wonder if she has a slight lock in the line. It's going down, just not going down like I'd like it to. Yeah, I think this front axle's got I'm not sure though. Fluid level's going down. I have no air in the lines. Tighten the bleeder again. Bleeder is tight. Flush on the back one more time. It's open. Yeah, this one goes down way better. I think there's a hydraulic line plugged up somewhere. That thing's going down 1/4 inch every pump, or like 1/2 inch every pump. All right, this side's flushed. I'm gonna do the driver's side. I think my running hypothesis right now is the front axle's got a clog, maybe in that rubber line going into the T-junction, because going back to the rear axle, when I have this bleeder valve open, it pumps fluid like none other. But when I just have that one open, it's a pretty hard process. So I think the fluid's trying to get around maybe a clog, like a rust, like a little goo in the line. If I look in here, just a little bit of rust, but it also could be from other jobs. I'm gonna put these tires back on this side and work on the driver's side. She had a little droopy eye. Wonder why that came out. It's back in. Let's get these tires off.
What do I owe you?
Nothing today.
No, I owe you something.
Just I'll come back and do it later. I think you have a clog in the line.
Oh, really?
But I don't know if that's the whole problem. Like, this brake is tight.
That might be the one that's a problem part.
This one's tight, and then that front passenger side's tight.
Is that normal?
No, we should be spinning. I mean,
What would make it like that?
clogs in the lines.
Oh.
Yeah, so the pressure's not able to be applied and release. But yeah,
Is that a horrible repair? Is it pretty easy?
I mean, relatively easy. It's just changing. It's just finding which line is clogged up, and it's usually these T junctions right here, so they're pretty easy to get to. And then, all right, when I cracked this, I had some air in the lines. Flushed it. We got good fluid. I'm gonna close this up. I'm gonna see if it happens again on the front axle. For front axle here, I think it's this T junction and this. There's a clog in this rubber line, but let's test. Come on. Here we go. Bleeder valve is open. See if it pumps well. Yeah, this one's actually pumping well. It's just that front passenger side that's not. All right, I got front bleeding. If it is clogged, it's only clogged going to that front passenger side, because this side is totally fine. I'm gonna close this bleeder valve. Actually, I need to keep flushing because I need to get the fluid down. Pump the rest of this fluid. Fluid's going down. Get it to a point I can pull the funnel without having to worry. That's good right there. Funnel is out. I got a good fluid in the master cylinder. Throw this cap back on. Close the bleeder valve and then pump a couple times. This rear is still not releasing. The front's releasing, kind of. I wonder if it's a bad master cylinder. I'm really not getting any pressure. I can hear the brakes working though. We're getting good pressure. It's frustrating. Is this thing still locked up like it was when I pulled in? I really don't want to replace all the calipers. All right, so a flush of the lines didn't fix the issue. It could be a mixture of brake lines and calipers. These are the original calipers. Man, I really don't want to have to replace everything. These are the original DB42s that go on here. DB35s are nicer in my opinion, but that caliper's just not releasing. And I pumped it without having the bleeder on, pumped the brakes. It should open up that caliper. I think it might be needing to replace the lines. That's frustrating. Oh well. Yeah, it's the same stiffness as it was when I got here. So bleeding lines didn't do anything on the brakes. That caliper's not releasing, and the passenger side front's not releasing what it needs to. Oh, frustration! Oh, I need to torque her lug nuts. Torquing lug nuts. Front driver. Front driver's done. Rear driver done. Passenger side done. Passenger side front. Passenger side front done. Alright. I don't know what's wrong. I know what's happening, but I don't know the solution to it yet. It could be hydraulic lines. It could be calipers. From reading what the last shop did, they didn't change the calipers. They changed the internals, or the brake pads. They changed the hub and rotors. They did not change the lines, and they did not change the actuator. But I flushed lines today. Just torqued her lug nut so she's good to roll. She's still gonna have that rear driver's side grab and the passenger side front grab a little bit, but her brakes are working. I'm gonna quote out for changing hydraulic lines, changing calipers, and changing actuators. I'm all cleaned up. I'm on to the next one.